Morning, handsome. So, I work right now. I left my class a little early. I'm straight. Everything's all good. I work right now for a couple hours. I like my new hat. Got it from the swap meet. Fresh. But just want to talk about a few things right now. There must be something popping right here at my school. I'm like the alpha dog at my school. It's got to tread lightly, you know, these young girls. It's funny, we're animals, you just notice everything, but your boy's the alpha for sure, so. Hey, you left early? Okay, me too. But you're always leaving early. What'd you get on the test? A C? Damn, dude. An A? Hey, but you're always answering the questions, though. Very reluctantly, though, huh? Very reluctantly, though? You like wait till the very end?
Waiting for other people to do it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, can we like get through it, you know?
What about when you don't get the right answer? How do you feel? Is there like a sense of like...
Well, I got the right, no.
Because sometimes she'll correct you kind of...
answer, like, on the whole box. So when I do the test, I'm like...
I'm saying like when you, in class, let's say you just, what's the answer? And then, you get the way and then you say it. And sometimes you might not be right. Does it make you feel?
Because I'm learning. I'm like learning.
Sometimes it makes you like, and then I gotta fight that feeling of like...
I don't mind being wrong because then you kind of learn from my mistake, I guess.
Later. Anyway, so it's funny. I just noticed a few things, and I noticed a few things with. Okay, so there's this like young guy. I'll show him today too, just to get him on a vlog. I'm sure he's at work. He works full time. I told him to go to school, man. He's like 20 years old. He's young, but he works in the lumber department. I don't want to say his name. It's a really cool name though. Like a really. It's Marcelo. It's like, that just sounds like a cool name, Marcelo. It sounds like Marcello. It's like Italian, Spanish or whatever. With that Marcello. Like if you say Marcello, that means it's like Italian. And honestly, the dude is like a, I've always been insecure. I was like, I felt like a loser, ugly. So I always sit back and I didn't admire. I was actually envious of dudes. And I used to even think like, damn, why do I notice like the like handsome guys, like, because I wish I was like them, I'd be like, am I gay? I'm fuck no, so it just things you learn as you get older is like, and now I know when I have this feeling of like, I want to feel envious or I want to feel like threatened by like a handsome dude or a dude looks big, like might be a threat or whatever, just seems like more athletic or more attractive to women, I'm more confident. I just know this is for you youngsters or just any man in general. It's better to be yourself at all times and to use your communication because it'll balance out that feeling. Just say, man, you're an attractive dude, man. Because some of these also, some dudes that might be attractive or like big, looking athletic or just like seem, or even just have a cool personality where they're confident or they like look clean in the way they present themselves with like clothes and stuff. Some of them just might not know it. So even a female, to tell that she's pretty, like, I'm sitting in the back now. I kind of changed my seat and I sit next to this girl. Her name's actually Bella. She has a beautiful face. I've been wanting to tell her, like, you have a really pretty face. And Bella is like Bella. It's like beautiful, And I want to tell her, but I was like, I don't want to tell her. I don't want to tell her, like, when I catch her walking to class by herself or something. And just to let her know that, there's a man that notices she has a pretty face to make herself feel better, like, because if he thinks I have a pretty face, maybe the guy that I like will think I have a pretty face. And I just be confident, So anyway, go back to the idea with my fellow male. I just tell him, hey man, you're like a strong dude, or just give him a compliment, like just to get over that idea of like, being quiet, having I'm envious or inside, you know, just like, but you're like man, I wish, you know, even just saying like, people always say, no, don't say you want to be like somebody, you know, you're unique in yourself. Well, yeah, well, I'm going to just speak the truth and what's really in my mind, that like, what's up, dude? That sometimes I feel like, I'm fond of these certain characteristics in you that I wish maybe, or that I'm learning from you to be like, you know, or be like, or some things you can't change, like biological things. Like if I had to be in a wheelchair, you know, I was envious of somebody who was walking. I couldn't necessarily walk, you know, even if I wanted to. So if it's like an attractive dude that has strong features and nice teeth, or is outgoing and like just naturally happy and naturally confident to talk to ladies, if I'm not like that, I could change it, you know, my behavior, but it's just going to be harder as opposed to someone that's who they naturally are, you know. And where did I get it? Okay, so anyway, so back to Marcelo. There's this pretty girl at my school. I mean, not my school, at my job. And she's been, I think I was there, she's probably been there maybe like 4 months now. That's dope. That piercing. Some girl has a big piercing where it's kind of an in thing. I have a friend named Jay in my psychological class. I'll show him. I don't know, like he has long hair, he has that piercing right here. You would maybe even mistake him as a female. Or it might be androgynous. I don't really know, but I would call him bro. I knew he was a guy. I was a young kid, a young male. I would call him like, I would just say bro, like what's up bro? And then I would like kind of feel like, oh fuck. I ain't trying to make it seem like I'm, like, you know, some people that are older and they see like a guy who has a different style, they might call him bro to piss them off. To like, you know, these older people, like all mad at a society the way it is now. They want to be like, all these fucking people nowadays, all these kids nowadays. Not everybody's fucked up, is what the media says. Not all kids are. Let them have their fucking style. We're learning in my psychological class that in adolescence to early adulthood, that's when fucking young people are figuring out their identity. What's up, bro?
Yeah.
I know this guy.
Hi.
This guy's a genius right here.
Yeah.
What is your major?
Animation, graphic design.
Graphic design? You have anything to show me? No? You're waiting for the bus?
Yeah.
Why? It's not even far. You meet people, you talk to people, huh?
Yeah.
Later, bro. So anyway, that guy's, I met him in the computer lab. I think he's a little slow, but he seemed like autistic, but he fucking might be a genius or whatever. So I call him a genius right now. But he was super cool with me in the fucking computer lab. And now I seen him a couple times just like walking like outside of, just out and about. And it's kind of reluctant. I gotta call my Uber. I missed the bus. It's like $20 from here, but it's all good. Anyway, so I don't want to make this not quick, but anyway, there's that girl from my job, and she's pretty, but she's like maybe like, I wouldn't say I think she might be like 23 or 24. Like I said, Marcelo's 20, but like I said, he's very like, kind of like a shy dude. Very, like, I noticed the girls like him because he's like an innocent guy, super cool, non-judgmental, or just non-damaged from the world. He has a lot of innocence to him. And he's like he's like almost as bigger than me or as big as me. And like, I noticed like some of the other girls that I work with are very into, like kind of like they feel comfortable around him, and that's a big deal, you know. But anyway, this girl, I befriended her and I talked to her once or twice, and she told me her story. That she lives with her dad now, but she was actually like, grew up she got adopted. She was like in the foster care system. I was like, man, you seem so nice and kind. Like, she's like, yeah, you know, like fortunately I fell into the right hands and I had, you know, good foster parents. She's like, I live with my biological dad now, you know. We still argue and fight, but like I said, she just has a good spirit to her and very pretty. And I was kind of you know, it's my life. I can choose what I want. And remember that, guys. This is your life, and you only get one. We don't know about no fucking heaven. We don't know about fuck hell. That shit's stupid. We only know what's being taught to us. So, you know, there's good things in the Bible. I think Jesus was actually a real person that lived. I think he did some amazing things, and you know, and like the story about Jesus is he fucking spoke his mind and they fucking killed him. So that sounds like the martyrs we knew of our time. You know, the Malcolm X's, the Martin Luther Kings, even some of the musical artists that we enjoy, you know, even if they displayed some of their, you know, their pure human side, whether it was good or bad, you know, and them ultimately dying from struggles of drugs or violence or etc. And so anyway, I just noticed like the way she was like, I was in the break room ready to come in, like by my locker, like just getting ready to clock in, and then Marcelo had showed up, and then she walks in and she was super cool with him, like she was into him. And I just walked away, you know, like I knew what it was, you know. I'm like, okay, walk away, let them do their thing. But he was kind of young, didn't really understand, like. And she was super cool with him. She wasn't even talking kind of like saying like dead ass. You know, like how the young people talk nowadays, like dead ass, or like she was talking all like, I don't know, comfortable with him, or kind of I don't know. I think that talk is cool, you know. It's kind of similar to how a lot of other people talk, but I can't judge that. Because only till later on, or like if we were to view ourselves talking from a out-of-body experience, then we could kind of analyze our behavior. So, but I just noticed her jolliness, her like, kind of like, she seemed into him, you know? And I'm sure she has her periods of where she gets depressed. Like, come on, man, she was adopted and she has a dad, like, you know, she still has her dad in her life, but, you know, her mom that's not around, maybe still on drugs. Like, she has to have dark periods in her life, bro. I mean, she does a great job of just being happy and maybe disguising it, but so it just made me think about myself, like, damn, like, not that I was ever adopted or anything to that effect, but, you know, I had like an unhappy childhood, you know. Let's take away the factor of my family, you know. Remember my mom dealing with her, you know, maybe bipolar disorder, her sorrow, her deep sorrow that just was covered up with rage and pain and outbursts, you know. And a lot of just something inside my mother, you know. And my mom had to get it out, you know. She had to get it out, but she seemed, I'm pretty sure my mom seemed quiet and nice and kind outside to the outer world, but maybe all that submerging, you know, in the outside world, she had to let it out, and the only place you could do is where you feel safe, and that's at home, you know. It is what it is. But even besides that, you know, at school, like, being humiliated, you know. And now I think about it now, it just seems a little petty, and I don't like to even talk about it anymore, or use it as a victim, because it doesn't seem that fucking, you know, people go to war, people die in war, you know. I seen a war movie yesterday, or people live in harsher climates, or people survive more physical things, but it just so happens I didn't have anybody to kind of talk me into believing anything else besides that I was low, or I was the deformed creature, I was not human, I was ugly, so I was left to my own thoughts and emotions, you know. And that's pretty much what it was. So in the time, it didn't feel good at all. So I'm kind of more close to her in a sense, like an imperfect adolescence, maybe, you know, but she sees this guy, you know, and I don't know, she sees him like a super, like, you know, it's like a balance to her. She doesn't want a guy like me. She already came from a fucked up place, you know. She wants like, I'm just saying, even if the age was a little closer, if I was 28 or something, like, I'm still kind of even a better person now than when I was back then, you know. So let's say at 28, she wants to be with a guy that's like easygoing, and, you know, he works there full time, so they see each other a lot, and, you know, she wants to be around a guy that doesn't really put a lot of pressure. She just wants to live, you know. She just wants a guy that's going to be loyal and, you know, not change and be stable in his mind. Like she already had to go from, like, she had parents that were unstable, so that's the opposite of what she wants. So, and I think about myself too, like, I want to, like, you know, sometimes I'm like, man, I'm blessed who I am, because if I end up with anybody, it's gonna have to be like a kind person, not one that treats my disrespect, but one that's like kind of understanding, you know. And not understanding, like, just like is more wise enough to be like, I understand that this person some days has bad days, but, you know, he loves me and he's chosen me. He's chosen everybody has that power of loyalty. This book I'm reading called the Iliad, which means Ilios, I think in Greek, some sort of Greek language, in the Roman times, you know, Roman Empire. So Ilios is Iliad, and that means Troy. You know, in Troy. In this book I'm reading, you know, it describes a lot like sleep. Sleep was a god. You know, and so maybe like loyalty could be seen as a god, you know. Loyalty, it's like a characteristic from the gods given to you. Everybody has a gift of loyalty to grant to somebody, you know. I'm choosing, I know I'm going to go into we're going to go eat dinner sometime, and there might be an attractive fucking female, and then we're sitting at the table, and you might get insecure, and I have to feel it, but it's my job with unspoken words to make you feel better about yourself, and it's your job to do the same with me, and it's my job to compliment that handsome guy that we might see out and about, but it's also like I'm unconsciously saying that You know, I'm just unconsciously getting over my envy or making everything just seem comfortable, you know. And like I said, it is your life. You could choose to avoid all that type of shit and create a space around you that you're in control of it all. And you never have to be around that type of shit. And you never have to go to a restaurant because you have your own fucking compound. Where I just like having the people that I trust around me. And what's the point of going out into the world and eating at public places when I just have my own compound, have my own family over, have my own food, have good drinks, and just be merry, you know? And I'm talking a lot, but so I just noticed that, like, that's cool, you know? And I want to tell him, hey, bro, I think she's into you, bro. You got to, some people don't read it. And right now, I get there early right now. I think there's a young girl in my class. She's beautiful, man. But she gets there early and reads. And yesterday I went to the library and got some bookmarks. And I thought about her, so I let her pick some. And we were chopping it up this morning. So anyway, so there's another psychology class right next to mine. And I didn't befriend somebody, but I talked to this dude. He seemed kind of like a real nerdy, studious guy. And he's really tall. And so I walk in, it's like 7:30. Class don't start till like 8:10. So he's there early. His class is like a same hallway across from mine. And then I walked by. I noticed he was there early, but I noticed he had a fucking, you know, it's funny how hats make a difference. Like you would see him as a nerdy guy, but when he wore that hat, he wore that Bass Pro Shop hat. And he just looked different today. I'm like, oh man, and I'm like, I walked by, but there was a pretty young girl standing next to him early. Like waiting early at the class, bro. Just like both of them literally were like the only ones in the hallway. And she was like she was a very attractive young girl. I'm like, dude, she's not standing there for no reason, bro. She's standing there because she thinks he's fucking like, she's into him. She likes his studiousness. She likes that he's tall. You know, like he was really cool with the teacher too. I want to tell him. So I was thinking about these things. Well, anyway, I got there early to talk to that young girl that's in my class that reads a lot. She's really cool to talk to. She doesn't judge, and like, I think she might be into me, but I'm not gonna press no issue. She's really pretty, and so I walked back in the hallway, and because I even thought about it, like, because I introduced myself to that teacher. It's like one of those classes where it's like a lecture hall, where it's like looks like a theater, where you sit like in the seats that go up like a stadium. And I introduced myself to that teacher. She seemed really cool. And I'm taking psychology, and I was like using the restroom. I was thinking, like, your college experience, a big deal about your college experience is the professors that you have. Because, you know, if you have shitty professors, like, you only go to college once, right? So I was thinking, like, I'm going to encourage my daughter to, like, in the summers or even together, like, to walk around the school. It's a public school. Most schools are public. You can walk around them. And then go to the psychology, you know, ask around, like, where's their psychology classes at? And then, you know, or look at the ratings of these professors and go see which one you like, you know, which one that carries a lot of, you know, zest and excitement still in the profession, you know, to teach the world and make the world, you know. And a lot of them are the younger teachers that are just starting, you know. And I was thinking about this. So I asked him, hey, bro, how did you, like, pick this teacher? Because she seemed really cool. She's an older white lady. And I was like, did you do your studying? Did you figure it out? And that girl was like with their head down, like they were literally just standing next to each other, not talking. But as I was speaking to him, I was kind of realizing that he recognized she was there, and that he kind of recognized that she was there. That's what I'm saying. But he was like a super nerdy guy. And I told him, man, be confident, bro. I was like, that's dope, man, that you did your research. And I told him, because, I have a daughter, and I just thought about it right now. Like, you know, I would encourage my daughter, like, during the summer, you know, as senior year, junior year, even start taking classes in high school. But to get to know the environment and pick your teacher, because, like I said, the teacher, and just like in life, you know, go on dates so you could decide what man or woman that you want to enjoy this life with, because you only get one, just like you only get one chance at fucking the college experience. So you want to make sure that, you know, you're in control of it as much as possible, and you know, it's your life. So if you don't like this teacher, they're not exciting, or they're just like fucking monotonous. It's like just going with the flow, and their presentation and the way that they run their class is not exciting, or doesn't get you excited about what you were initially excited about. I'm telling you, that shit's contagious, man. And you got to decide, you know. So Anyway, I gotta get my Uber. Peace. So the history. So the famous earth shaker Poseidon answered Hera, Zeus's wife, "Well, this is presumption, great God though he is." So Poseidon is talking about Zeus. "Great God though he is, to talk of curbing me by force against my will, when I hold equal honor with him. There are 3 of us brothers born to Kronos by Rhea." So Rhea is their mom and Kronos was their father. "Zeus and I, Poseidon, and the third is Hades, Lord over the dead," which is Hades. "All the world was divided into 3 parts, and each of us received his portion. When the lots were cast, I drew the gray sea as my domain forever, and Hades drew the murky darkness below, and Zeus drew the broad sky among the clouds in the upper air. But the earth and high Olympus, which is like heaven for the gods, left common to us all." So that's just the history. So Poseidon is just upset because Zeus is threatening him to stop interfering in the war between the Achaeans, who are the Greeks, and the men of Ilios, which are the Trojans, the horse tamers. So he's saying, "No, for all his strength, let him stay content in his own third share. And let him stop trying to frighten me with the violence of his hands, as if I were some weak coward. Better to use his fearful threats on his sons and daughters, those he fathered, who will be obliged to listen to his orders." I'm deep in anxiety right now, man. I'm trying to get some energy. I'm so fucked in life, bro. It's not even funny. My coworker's holding me up. Supposed to be out of here. You look pretty on camera. Hey, don't friend me right here in front of all of my whole platform that I have. Yeah, I make money on my website. All of a sudden, I'm her friend now. She doesn't talk to me like in fucking. She be acting up, but she needs my help right here. That's how women are, huh? That's how women are. What to do without men?
I'm 17.
Please tell me what that means.
That I'm a minor.
And what the hell does that mean? She acts like I was trying to get her.
You're crashing your mind.
Hey. Hey, Bonnie. This shit's light as hell. Look at this shit. The woman can't even do it. Jesus Christ. That shit was light. Mine's not that long. What you want me to do with this? My friend Mark right here.
What's that?
He's wanted. My website I have. Hey Mark, so what's up? What do you want me to do with this?
Can you just put it up here?
This guy wants me to fucking...
Can't reach that, huh? I thought if anybody could.
Let me see your pictures though. I'm gonna show my people that follow me. Pictures they have. I don't gotta work. I'm only at 4. I'm doing overtime right now.
Where'd it go? Man?
So Mark's actually a photographer. This is just his bullshit job.
No, this is my
Show me
retirement job.
This is a book that probably would have had him retiring already.
You know what that says?
What?
That's my name.
Yeah, it's your signature, right?
Yeah.
Let me see some other stuff he has. All the other stuff he's showing me. Trying to do like a
I was
quick
going to
look.
have it published in Italy.
Really? Where it's appreciated, right? They appreciate stuff like that.
No, they make the best quality books.
So Mark
Oh.
was the man behind this camera right here. It's like the style, the black and white. That's beautiful.
Hi.
Anyway, I'm out of here. We often forget what makes the world go around, you know? These little bees. Beautiful bumblebees. Make the world go around, you know? It's funny, this fucking algorithm. Sometimes it gives you good, it gives you bad. This book I'm reading called the Iliad makes it seem as Zeus. I don't know, this book is written and favors the stronger warriors, you know? It's kind of like the world favors the stronger. And the gods always intervene for Menelaus and Alexandros and Agamemnon and Diomedes and Hector and Achilles, and but everybody else dies. You know, all the weak guys die, all the pawns die. But so I don't know, I just don't even take it seriously. But this thing popped up, this video said when life seems like it's painful or life hurts, don't even care even more, like care less. When life seems fucked up, like, or you're dealing with battling inside your own mind and the insecurities, the instability, the uncertainty, the anxiety, when all that shit's striking you, care about life even less. I mean, like, care, like, fuck, just chill, you know? I realize I'm just not cool, and like just cool in a sense. I'm just super on edge all the time, on my toes, distrustful to other people. Makes me seem like fucking psychopath. It's like I gotta accept the fact that I'm just not gonna feel the same as other people. I just been feeling so down for so long and so paranoid and so like angry towards the world, and just never ever gonna be normal, you know? Maybe not now in my 30s when I have a lot of energy, or even in my 40s, but I wonder how it's going to be when I'm 60 and 70, you know? I know I dealt with tons of psychological stress, you know, since I was so young. Tons of psychological stress, you know, and stress kills. And where do you think stress is at? It's all psychological. It's all in your mind. And I dealt with it for so long that just because I stay fit and, you know, it doesn't mean shit. So, taking perspective that we're all just ants, you know? Look at how quickly you forget about your loved one who passed. And not to say you don't remember them when the year comes around and the moment they died, or on their birthdays, or you know, you wish they were there for your hardships, to be there to make it easier, but we often do go through our days without even thinking about the people we lost, or people we're supposed to be thinking about. We think about what we're going through in the moment, but it's just a survival thing, you know?